Today I fucked up by ordering a 7 million Scoville chicken wing. This actually happened today. I love spicy food. My tolerance doesn't reach any dizzying heights, but I can usually get through very spicy meals relatively comfortably. I had always wanted to challenge myself to eat a ghost pepper or even a reaper to see how I'd handle it. There's an incredible independent chicken wing place near me that does various spice challenges, the hottest of which is called nil by mouth. They don't advertise the Scovilles on this, but this particular wing requires you to sign a waiver before you attempt it. Few people had completed it without the aid of milk or ice cream. I've been to this restaurant a half dozen times and always said I'd try it someday. How bad could it be? Well, today was that day. My partner, who also has a respectable spice tolerance, and I were going to try it together. Make it a fun little contest to see who could last the longest. We eat our main meals. Delicious South Carolina barbecue and maple habanero wings with Asian slaw. Awesome. Maple habanero is on the menu as very hot. We questioned their heat classifications because they were very easy. We're not convinced they're not overselling the heat on these death wings. It'll be fine, we deduce. Out comes the nil by mouth along with a set of gloves. The wings are drenched in thick, bright crimson sauce. It smells like pure spice and nothing else, but oddly appetizing and makes my mouth water. Waivers are signed to say it's my fault if I get ill because I was stupid enough to try this. Still blissfully unaware of how bad this could be until a chef emerges from the kitchen, stands across from our table, crosses his arms and grins. Just to say before you try this, if someone's already in the bathroom and you start to feel ill, we keep a bucket just inside the door that says, "Staff only," says the waitress. Is it really that bad? My partner asks. It has been, she laughs. Oh, okay. We don the gloves. The couples on the tables next to us are watching now. A premonition of, oh God, what have I done, fleets my mind. I start to question if this is a good idea, but the hell wings are looking at me like the Green Goblin mask. Oh well, YOLO in it. We count down from 3 and bite. First of all, it tasted disgusting. Like a weird earthy, bitter taste. This sauce is definitely based on an extract rather than trying to actually be palatable. Red flag was waving, but it was too late. However, the spice doesn't start off too bad. We're just roasting the dogshit flavor at this point. Yeah, it's awful, isn't it, laughs the chef. WTF bro, you made it. Probably not actually, I don't know. We finish the wings. The spice is building now. All of a sudden, it takes off. My mouth ignites, my lips ignite, my throat ignites. I think someone has literally lit a fire on my tongue. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm gasping for cool air, but every breath makes it worse. My ears start to ring. I'm flapping my hands trying to cool my lips down. It feels like Satan himself has just opened a guided tour of hell and the entrance is my mouth. My partner starts to choke. He stands up, leans over the table, trying to breathe in between unrelenting hiccups. Meanwhile, I seem to have lost control of my limbs, scrabbling around my bench with my feet, tears streaming down my face. My body seems to have developed pores inside my pores in a feeble attempt to sweat this shit out. This pain is unlike anything I've ever felt to this point. My mouth is excruciating, and my whole body doesn't know how to cope with it. This is certainly an akin response to going into shock, and it's just getting worse. Before we can plead for relief, our Lord and Savior the chef has already been and brought ice creams to the table. It's on the house, he says. I think my man felt a tinge of guilt for all the enjoyment he was getting out of this. I got through 3 mini milks and a chocolate milk before I started to feel relief. I totally forgot my partner was even there. When I look at him, he's as red as the sauce itself. His pupils are so dilated I can't barely see his irises. Usually a man of many words, he looks at me with tormented eyes. That was no joke, is all he says. I ask the chef how many Scovilles that was. 7 million, we're told. Holy shit. I knew that a reaper was around 2 million, and I thought the sauce couldn't be much worse than that. What a numpty. Anyway, after 20 minutes or so, we recover, we go home, we're all good, right? But then it gets worse. And actually, I'm pretty sure this isn't the end of it. We're lying on the sofa watching Off the Hook. My stomach starts to hurt. I drink some milk. It helps a bit. My partner's all good. I'm sure it'll pass. I lie back down as it seems to be the most comfortable position right now. Remember when I said the pain was unlike anything I'd ever felt until this point? Yeah, well turns out I'd find out far sooner than I ever thought what a pain worse than that felt like. Suddenly, an excruciating, searing pain rips through my stomach. The embers have lighted again, but this time someone's doused my digestive tract with gasoline for good measure. The Death Wing has been green-lit for a sequel, and this time it's bringing double the budget. I'm writhing in pain. My body feels like it's on fire again. I move to the bed to lay down. It's no good. No position helps. I move to the bathroom. I lay in the fetal position on the floor inside the shower, wet from the shower earlier, to try and cool down. It doesn't work. I'm screaming internally, hyperventilating, head light and wavering. I can see the light of heaven and St. Peter's pearly gates calling my name. I'm actually hoping I do pass out so I don't have to feel this pain anymore. My partner is freaking out. I can't speak to answer his questions. I am shaking uncontrollably from the agony I am in. The pins and needles in my hands are so bad that I can't even move my fingers. I start throwing up on the floor. I manage to tell my partner to turn the shower on. He does. I continue to throw up, the shower floor now swirling with my vomit, fully clothed and now freezing cold. My partner wants to call an ambulance, but I know the only way is to ride this out. Thankfully, it seems that vomiting managed to get enough of the demon spawn out of my system. Gradually, I started to recover. I took a full shower, drank a shit ton of milk and water, ate some bread, and now I sit here typing this tale of the accursed chicken wing that made this atheist see Jesus. And this may only be the beginning. You know what I mean. Too long did not read. Chose a fate worse than death when I decided to eat a 7 million Scoville chicken wing. Don't do it, kids. Or do, I'm not your dad. Any bits that are left in your digestive tract will have their third vengeance come late night and or morning. Godspeed op, your battle is not done yet. Might as well put some wet wipes in the fridge while you still can. GIF, Giphy, Q9 GA6 EZCSTPR6. A friend of mine ordered the wings with an included suicide wing. A basket of wings with one wing of intense ridiculously hot heat. Surprise. She said it was fucking hot, but enjoyable. So next time she ordered the full basket of suicide wings. Similar sensations to you. Except driving home, she had to stop in the parklands where she promptly shat herself under a tree. Sounds like your first time dealing with a capsaicin extract sauce. A lot of spice enthusiasts consider extract sauces to be cheater sauces because they add pure spice and no flavor, and there's no limit to how hot they can go. Spice lovers, with enough practice, can learn to handle any natural sauce or pepper, but no one can handle pure capsaicin. And yes, capsaicin extract tastes like ass. If you ever watch Hot Ones, most people have a dramatic turn when they get to the da bomb sauce because it's an extract sauce. It's blindingly hot and tastes like shit. Usually the sauces before, and a lot of the ones after, are just pepper sauces, so most of the visceral reactions come from the da bomb round. GIF, Giphy, you seen Azer as NatEVWQP. Good luck on the way out, op. Wait till you poop. Today I fucked up by finding out my wife and I use the same toothbrush. Turns out for the last 4 months my wife, 31 female, and I, 27 male, have been using the same toothbrush. For some context, back in April we both went to the dentist and opted to get a new toothbrush while we were there. They had a BOGO deal going on. These toothbrushes are electric with exchangeable heads in green, blur, and purple. One of us chose purple, the other chose blue. Now all this time I could have sworn that I chose purple. It's my favorite color, and anytime purple is a choice for anything I choose it, and my wife's favorite color is blue. So you would think logically me purple her blue, but I digress. We have a 18-month-old and I work a lot, so we usually don't go to bed or wake up at the same time. I wake up at 8 and go to bed around 10, and she wakes up around 9 and goes to bed around 11 after she puts our son down for bed. Tonight our son fell asleep early because he's been sick, so we both were getting ready for bed at the same time. When we went to brush our teeth we both reached for the same toothbrush, and after much debate we decided to throw away both heads and put on our backups, and now my wife put a hair tie on hers to show the difference, haha. TLDR, my wife and I were using the same toothbrush because we weren't on the same schedule and had go replace our toothbrush heads. For the past 4 months. Lol, both of y'all be like, I suspect my spouse doesn't brush their teeth. Their toothbrush looks brand spanking new. XD. Whenever I want to get my husband going, I ask him which toothbrush he thinks is his. Am I crazy for thinking that I literally would not care in the slightest about this? I'll happily tongue kiss my wife, so sharing a toothbrush with her doesn't bother me even a little. Obviously we don't share one, because there's no reason to. But I certainly wouldn't jump to throw out a brush head because she may have used it. I mean, I bet it was exactly what you though. Y'all picked your favorite colors, but one of you forgot or had a stray thought solidify, like, what if the other had picked my color, and it solidified as, they picked my favorite color, and someone sleepily used the wrong color and it stuck in their brain, you know. Either way, 4 months is about the time to renew your brush, and really your mouths are as clean as they would have been using a slightly older toothbrush than what you thought you were using. Plus, as others pointed out, you've swapped bodily fluids before with varying cleanliness, so it's really a non-issue. Are you guys Marshall and Lily? That's both gross and kinda wholesome, ha ha ha. Today I fucked up by playing a joke on my friend's new live in GF. He's been seeing her for a few months and she recently decided to move in with him, which he is super happy about. A couple of weeks ago he mentioned, in confidence, she saw a rat running around outside the apartment building and was super worried about rat infestation. Anywho, she moved in today and I went to visit. I dropped a couple of raisins on the kitchen floor, after he had spent a week diligently cleaning everything, and then I said, "OMG, is that rat poop?" She immediately freaked out, grabbed her shit and started to leave. I confessed it was me and just a joke. I even picked them up and ate one, just to prove it was all safe and good. She was aghast, and blamed him for making fun of her. She left and refuses to return. He told me to GTFO, and now won't talk to me, despite me apologizing to both of them. Yeah, I get that it was maybe a bit insensitive, but it was really funny seeing the look on both their faces. Still a sad outcome. Sigh. Too long did not read. A practical joke went bad. This is an extremely tame prank, and if she was that quick to pack up and leave, maybe she was having second thoughts and was looking for any excuse to bail on her friend. This reminds me of the time like maybe 3 months after my now wife moved and we were watching a horror movie on the couch and she needed to go to the bathroom. I had the brilliant idea of getting into a crab walk and starting to crawl backwards towards her, with my head hanging down staring, as she opened the door. Take it from me. It's not a good prank, and results in a pure terror. I never understand people who decide to screw with people they literally don't know at all. Was it a tame prank? Sure, if you did it to a friend, it would be funny. You'd probably both laugh about it. But you didn't do this to a friend, or even acquaintance, you did this to the new girlfriend that you do not really know. Pretty much a stranger to you. And you didn't do it because you thought they'd find it funny, you did it because you thought upsetting her would be funny for you. Going out of your way to upset people you barely know is just disrespectful and frankly weird. This is probably the most mixed opinions I've ever seen in Reddit replies. LMAOOO. You should go to her place to apologize dressed up as a rat. Grow up. Don't prank strangers. Don't do stupid shit to intentionally upset people, especially your friend's romantic interests. That's just dick behavior. Today I fucked up by telling her how I've always felt. I've known her since we were in elementary school. When I was living in another part of the state, we talked a few times on the phone. Then we just didn't talk for a few years. We were Facebook friends, but really didn't interact. She called me drunk the other night, and we had an hour conversation. After she hung up, I texted her and told her voice was sexy as hell. She said, "Yours too." Then I told her by text, "I've always wanted you, but I was too much of F-king nerd to do anything about it." Since then, silence. I even texted her tonight, asked if I said too much and apologized. No response. I've made this kind of mistake once before in my life, but I was much younger, and I thought much less wise. Honestly, I'm no good at this. This isn't the first time I've said the wrong thing to a woman. No wonder I'm still single. Too long did not read. Thought we connected, told her how I felt. Now silence. She was drunk, not the best time to drop bombs. Just wait her out, absolutely do not contact her again. Let her think about it, and if it is going to go somewhere, she will contact you. I think she probably will. You just came on a little too hard a little too soon and she got scared. Let her digest this, leave her be. The "do not contact again" advice is correct, but I'll just add, I've always wanted you. OMG man, there are so many better ways to tell her you're interested. Person facepalming. Probs shouldn't have sounded like you were trying to get straight into her pants? I think people respond better to someone that likes them as a person, not an object. Can't undo what's been said though. If you specifically said, "wanted you," maybe that came off a little too thirsty? Just looking for a hookup? Perhaps expressing interest or affection I am that spot would work better? Only she knows. I don't think you fucked up shooting your shot, you just may have come in a little hot. As a woman, "I've always wanted you" is not something we want to hear. That sounds super objectifying and I wouldn't respond to that either.